Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of An Everyday Life. Today I'm going to be talking about online groups, unpacking the difficulties, because as we know, basically for some of us that are autistic especially, or just someone with mental health issues, we tend to go out of our way to try and blend in, fit in, and actually socialize with people day in, day out, be it on the social medias, be it in our everyday life, being outside this full screen like I do with you guys by sharing with you all. It isn't a given, however, though. With everything that we try to do in our lives to perfect ourselves, or just to manage our everyday anxieties or mental health or what have you, that whatever we're passionate about as well, of what we try to do to bring out to you guys, that sometimes it takes a lot of time, energy, motivation, dedication for us all, as well as the right support from others that will actually acknowledge us and support us through our hardships, as well as just supporting us in our good terms. In saying this though, I believe that we need the right support from others around us, be it our family and friends that supports the same visions and goals for us and share our goals and dreams that we have. Yes, it may be hard, and there'll be bound to be trials and tribulations along the way, and sometimes there will be bound to be people out there called the haters, as I usually call them, will try to tear us down. But it's up to us to how we're going to confront them or how we're going to react to them, I believe, because everything comes at a price to pay for this reaction that we may give to these haters, because they have their reasons on hating us because of their maybe life is boring, or they just are jealous and insecure about our lives, and they're just not doing much better in their own lives, so they think just because of it they just want to tear us down. There's bound to be also like trials and tribulations based on an autumn of just how we go about our everyday lives regardless, because obviously tests us from everything we've got through our mental, physical, spiritual being. And I believe we are here for a reason. And there's sometimes we may fall on our asses or face, basically, when it comes down to these trials and tribulations. But what do we do with these trials and tribulations? Do we choose to ignore it and sweep it under the carpet? Or do we want to sit down and meditate for a while, thinking what caused us to fall in the first place, and maybe looking for a solution for that problem that may have made us fall in the first place, or whatever it may be? As the saying goes, try harder or go home dying. Trying to use my platform for many years now, as well as not just many years, but just to build up the everyday confidence that I need to share with you all, as well as in myself, as well as, like I said, what I love to do to help and educate, mentor you guys, advocate for you guys as best as I can, regardless as an advocate or just a support person for you guys when you're going through your trials. Because every now and again, like I said, we do need the support from others, right? Not tearing us down but build us up. And I'm hoping I'm being as best as I can as your guys' little cheerleader. But in saying this though, like, I am learning now that regardless of what I may say, everyone will have their own viewpoints. They may agree with me or disagree with me. That's fine, but it's just a matter of respecting each other's differences of opinion and thought pattern, being able to be ourselves on the platform. It's all about taking you on a journey, what my life is like with dysphagia syndrome and the host of mental health conditions I have. I always thought to myself as I was sitting contemplating on doing these videos, others would think and say to me what they may do to me outside the full screen. Continue what I love to do, and that is advocating, educating, mentoring to you guys, despite other autistics I know of is afraid to speak out and share their life stories. And I'm praying and hoping that one day they will share their life stories so people can understand what life is like for them, or even just for an autistic adult that are brave enough to be on the platform to share their stories of what life is like for their son or daughter, or even themselves if they've got autism or whatever kind of autistic related condition. I know for a fact that sometimes many of us may have that fear of being judged, stereotypes, stigmatized and whatever else based on our mental health versus people with autism and Asperger's syndrome, as well as many other conditions out there that I've heard about that people have stigmatized about, be it if some people disabled in wheelchairs for a lot of reasons. When it comes to trying to participate and join in many groups, some of us autistic feels like that are not welcome, and I felt that way for a long period of time when I was trying to branch myself out there, reaching out to people I'm one of them, I must admit. Fear of, as I said before, the unknown, fear of being judged, fear of being stigmatized, fear of just people stereotyping me for me and whatever else, people with their misconceptions or misunderstandings to who and what I am as a person. I had the fear of being attacked once in a while from some groups, in which I did in some parts, told off from what I was saying about, and it's sad fact reality, but we are entitled for our own opinion, freedom of speech, but it's how we go about it. Also, in saying this stuff, sometimes it's another one for many of us autistics is the fear of being unfriended by others without being told to why they unfriended us in the first place. But then again, maybe it's a good thing that they didn't tell us the real reason behind it all, because they may have their own personal reasons, be it or personal situations that they're facing on their own accord. How it is or what we say is different to others. Yes, we need to feel accepted and included by others, because I believe no matter who and what we are, we should be included in everyday things. As though, with all that being said, this can be a really complex issue of being accepted, wanted, not being fearful of what others may think of, and that there needs to be a balance and a line to what is enough and what is accepted in the groups that we're in, or just with people that we socialize. Right, and this, yes, of course, opinions and approaches to what we say and do may differ, as I said, from person to person. This to me is a great thing, as we may view the world in a different light, different pair of eyes, so therefore our eyes will be different to your guys' eyes. Obviously, as an autistic, we see the world differently. Obviously, we smell, touch and taste maybe things. Sometimes many autistic may go to the point of the paranormal stage of what they feel, touch and see maybe. In saying this though, we need to be robust and respectful or mindful of others, as this may cause havoc or should be encouraged at all times in groups, on screen and off screen. Some people may enjoy a good online debate, however, and discussion, and helps to refine their own perceptions and thoughts when that happens, obviously. But then again, we need to be careful how and what we say to others when it comes down to having discussions and debates. Obviously, despite it all, even though it's good to have a fresh, clear head of ideas and whatnot from others around us. I'm one that would love to have a debate and discussion of certain topics, but then sometimes some people may fall heavy on me on challenging me some of the everyday harder topics that I can't always answer to the questions at hand or what have you. Sometimes, like I said, you might need to give me a time frame to just get back to yours, and I'll get back into the game after researching, doing my proper homework, or hopefully based on my life experience, regardless of the topic, that will be again respected and also acknowledged from you guys. I love to learn from others, regardless of all walks of life, culture, and what have you, despite the differences of opinions and thoughts as well. I am trying to now learn to open my mind more to many things. Just from the affirmations and praises from others is more than enough from me, regardless of if I feel I'm doing something wrong or saying something wrong. It'd be nice just to be gently reminded, you know, tap 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 or whatever, Aspie, I said something wrong, this is how it should be. Because obviously we shouldn't have that one's mindset that if it should be one way or the highway. I believe there are other solutions to everyday problems. I believe also when we come into conflict with others as well, which I've done a bit about conflict management, which will be linked above me as well. When I was younger, however, I must admit I had to do what I was told and was afraid to say or do anything wrong to offend or upset others around me. And this is clearly shared about my life story, how I was brought up, in one of my videos of my little life story, which I'll link that up. But I want to say that regardless of this, I was afraid that to what point what I say or think or how I react or do things may look as a debate or disagreement for others around me of some kind. And yes, I did take it personally. I'm a sensitive soul. I basically take certain things personally. Sometimes I may not take jokes funnily, even though many people, just because I'm not Asperger's syndrome, think I analyse too much, overthink too much, which is fine. That's their forte of understanding me and whatnot. But just to bear in mind, everyone's journey is different, and we're the authors, painters, etc. of our story. And we should be able to have different views to various topics There will be some that are robust and resilient to debates and discussions, and some of us may enjoy them. And then there are some that are maybe anxious or overwhelmed to the point that they want to, stay away from all these disagreements or discussions that comes about. And we'll find it challenging to maybe open up and also just to engage a conversation, because some of us autistics may feel like we're being attacked in some ways when it doesn't seem to look like we're being attacked when certain discussions and debates comes to play. Some groups may come up as just pure and accepting of others, yet in some groups may not. In my experience in being in some of the groups, we should be able to be ourselves and be comfortable in our own skin and being accepting of others of different opinion and different walks of life, because we may not be able to learn from one another based on that. Where is the line and balance is the question. Good question. Some things are right and some things are wrong. Some things are black, some things are black and white, some are just white. Some things may be in colour of what we may see. There comes to a point where I may not agree to some of the topics that are shared from you guys, or vice versa. Some of the things I share with you guys, you don't agree. But again, matter of respect. But again, as I said, hence I will do some of my research before I participate in any debates or discussions that is on board. And then some groups of people who are autistics will have some preferences to what to be called to and saying this, which I clearly shared this 2 days ago, I think, on my channel about autistics, allistics, neurotypicals, etc. Say what, which I'll link that in the bar above me as well. Drawing the line is important. After all, we do it sometimes in our life so that it's best to protect ourselves from harm's way of when something is likely to attack us or someone. To end this, my advice to you all is online groups are great and offers us many opportunities to connect with different people from all walks of life, and it can affect changes on a variety different of levels. Each group has different rules, purposes, flavours, and also just in saying this that we need to follow those rules and whatnot. And following these rules, it needs to be to make sure if they're aligned to our belief patterns, our likes, interests, and so much more. People perceive things differently at what might be experienced as a form of attack, which may not be, as I said, intentional. If someone unfriends you, try not to worry or take it personally, because obviously, as I said before, there could be a personal reason on the end to why they have unfriended us. Maybe they got sick of us, maybe they have personal problems that they don't wish to share with us or whatever, or they just feel that it's time to cut ties, because as I believe that there is a time and a season for change, and there's a time in the season that there will be people just leaving us to dust if and when we think we had friends in the first place. Have someone there to mediate and moderate the comments when you're in groups, so that it hopefully doesn't get way out of hand when it comes down to abuse, put-downs and whatever. Inclusion and not exclusion is important to support and empower one another as well. So this quickly ends my video of the one called Online Groups, Unpacking the Differences of Different People. Smash the like if you liked it, comment below. Feel free to also share your guys' experiences when you guys been in groups. Have you been attacked? What did you do about it? If you've got any tips about how to strategize around these groups that you are in, maybe to share below for discussion. Also feel free to also share these videos around. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you do decide to subscribe and join on the fan bandwagon, feel free to also turn on the notification bell for future videos like these and more of what I share. Feel free to also, if you want to, donate to my projects right now, because as I said, I'm hoping to push on to create more videos like these, as well as doing other things that is important for you guys to bring out there about the merch, branding on my channel and everything else that's hopefully might change in the near future. Who knows, just have to wait and see, as well as all these other projects are listed. So enough for the guys, thanks for support, thanks for watching. I love what